Okay, on this service segment we are going to replace the spark plugs. Okay, what we're going to need to replace the spark plugs is firstly we're going to need a spark plug spanner, ratchet to turn the spark plug spanner, we're going to need feeler gauges to set the plug gap, and then of course our 4 spark plugs that we're going to need. Okay guys, on the next section we're going to replace these spark plugs. First thing that we're going to do is we've got our 4 new spark plugs. You'll see they've got these little caps on. Just take a pair of pliers and screw them off, because on the Citi Golf you do not need them. Okay, right, the next thing that we are going to do, we're going to check the plug gap. Now for that we're going to need our feeler gauge. The size that the plug gap must be is 0.80 of a millimeter. Now your feeler gauge won't have a 0.80, so what we're doing is we're taking the 0.60 millimeters and the 0.20 millimeters, and that will together give us a 0.80. So what we're going to do is take your feeler gauge, put it in there. As you can see, that one's a little bit tight, so we're just going to give it a little bit of a bend. There we go, that one's nice. Take that one as well. That one's a little bit tight, as you can see, there it goes. And there our plug gap is set. Right, now we are going to replace the spark plugs. What we do is we're going to start one by one. I don't know, you might have seen mechanics take off all the plug leads at the same time. That is because they know where they go. For our purposes, we're going to go number 1 first, finish it up, go number 2, finish it up, number 3 and number 4. What we do is we take the HT lead at the bottom of the suppressor, give it a good pull, put it one side, take your plug spanner, put it in, and go anti-clockwise. Plug comes loose. Screw it out by hand all the way. And there's your old spark plug out. Now, putting the new spark plug in, this is very important. I always say don't use a spanner, use your hand. Put the plug into the hole and screw it in by hand. The reason why I say screw it in by hand as far as possible, that will stop you from cross-threading the threads. Last thing that you want to do is cross-thread a spark plug, because that will result in taking your cylinder head off. Make sure that it goes in properly. Okay, right guys, I'll screw the plug in as far as I can with the hand. Now I'm going to use the plug spanner. I'm going to turn it by hand until I feel it starts tightening up. And this is very important. If you have a look at the washer of the plug, you'll see it's got like a little round bit here, and if you look at the old plug, you'll see it's flat. So all that you want to do is you want to flatten that washer. So basically, you're going to put your spanner on there, you're going to turn it, you're going to feel a little bit of resistance, and then it tightens up. And that's your spark plug, tight. Then what you do is you're going to take your HT lead, put it back on again, and we're going to the second cylinder. Alright guys, now we're at number 4 spark plug. Exactly the same way. Take it out like the other ones. And put it in exactly the same way as we did with the other ones. Okay guys, what is very important on spark plugs for a Citi Golf, as you can see, spark plug number is a BP6ESZ. Now, do not use a BP6ES. It's not going to last. It will only last about 15,000 kilometers. So the BP6ESZ is a little bit more expensive, but they are the correct plug to use.
If you like my channel, subscribe. Hit the like button or feel free to leave a comment.